Hi everyone, this is Sousanna Pogosyan and welcome to the Basement Tapes. I really am a curious cat, so this is where we're going to explore new ideas, talk about any issues, talk about life really, and where your faith takes you, whether you have faith or you don't have faith. I hope you come here with an open mind and you enjoy this episode. Welcome back everyone, back to my podcast. Today I have such a cool guy. First name Dave, last name Chicken.
Don't forget the hot.
Do you want to say little 2 sentences about yourself?
2 sentences?
Yeah, that describes why you're here. Well, you're here because we go way back, but...
Right. To Burbank High days.
Class of 09.
Right. Except I never made it to 09.
You didn't?
No.
You never graduated?
No. I was like, you know what? I think I know what I want. And
I want to...
What did you want? In school.
Yeah. I mean, that worked out for you.
Right.
It usually works out for a lot of people that don't want to be in school.
I mean, we started pretty much on the street. So
well, people don't know. What
school doesn't teach you that.
No, they don't. David, you are one of the youngest franchisees within U.S. history. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
Founder.
Yeah, founder. Mm-hmm. Not KFC.
Right.
I forgot Mr. Colonel.
Mm-hmm. Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders. Not the guy who found McDonald's. I worked on a film called The Founder. I forgot his name.
That was great. Yeah.
Not Domino's Pizza Hut. Mm-hmm. Caesar's Pizza. Taco Bell. I mean, the list goes on, right? In America, we're part of our culture is fast food. But you guys, Dave's Hot Chicken, youngest founders.
And we're up there with the big guys.
Oh, yeah. Do you know why? I mean, can you tell us why you're up there with the big guys in such a short period of time?
Well, the people behind it are amazing. The corporate team, but also the food.
This is what I remember. I remember 6 years ago. By the way, congratulations on your 6-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Can you believe it's been 6 years? That flew by.
Yep. And it was awesome. It was just yesterday.
It was. So I was on Instagram 6 years ago, and someone posted you making fried chicken in the parking lot. And I think it was your Instagram. I'm not remembering that quite clearly, but I was like, oh, David he's making chicken in the parking lot and selling it. I'm going to go and support him. So I drove by myself to Hollywood. What was that? It was Hollywood Boulevard.
Yep. Hollywood and Normandy.
Yeah. And I pull up and it's you, Armand, Thomas with one fryer and nothing else.
Yeah, no lights.
Nothing. It was just nothing.
No electricity.
No.
Everything runs on propane.
It was 2 foldable chairs.
Yeah. I haven't stayed like that for the entire time.
Yeah. But you later down the road, you got 5 more foldable chairs.
Right, we had a whole system. Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, but I went and I was like, I'm sitting there. I ordered. I went. I'm like, David, what is this? He's like, oh, the hot chicken. I was like, okay, cool. Howlin' Rays. You're like, yeah, something like that. And I was like, yeah, just get me whatever you're making. I don't care. I want to try. You're like, okay, Suze. And I remember you didn't charge me, and I'm trying to shove a $20 into the tip jar. But
really, I didn't take the money.
No.
Damn.
You never took the money from me.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. You owe me $20.
Now that he's up there.
Now I know money is
I know. It's okay.
Important.
It's the goodness of your heart. But listen, because of that, look, it came back tenfold.
Right. And that's why I said the people behind it is a big part of the success.
It came back tenfold. So I went, I had the chicken. It was so good. So then I came back the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And then every single time I would come, I would either take your chicken to go.
In a trash bag.
Because you had nothing.
Because we had no to-go bags.
Nothing.
We didn't know people.
And not just any trash bag, those big dumpster black trash bags, 30-gallon.
Heavy duty.
So I would take it to my friend's house. I was like, you guys, there's this hot chicken spot. And they're like, what is it called? I'm like, I think it's Dave's Hot Chicken. And David, you know David. And they're like, yeah, we know David. I'm like, yeah, it's David's Hot Chicken. And we would just but every week the flavor would kind of change. I'm like, Dave, I think you added more X, Y, and Z this time. Dave, I think you changed the French fry vendor. the meat,
Right,
like all
right,
of it, the bread, like it would constantly, the sides would constantly change. There was like, you guys had this fire lemonade.
Yeah, yeah. The iced tea.
Yeah. Is it the iced tea or lemonade?
We had lemonade. We had peach tea.
Oh, that peach
Yep,
tea
the
was
peach tea.
so good.
Yeah.
It would sell out every night.
Yep. We don't have that anymore. But
So I have a video where I'm like, Dave, what's your place called? And genuinely, I'm asking you. You're like, Dave's Hot Chicken. And you're like, you're working there. So then every single time I would show up, I would bring someone new and they would go tell someone and they would go tell someone. And then on my Instagram, I just posted it like once or twice. And then people messaged me about it. Like, we know David, but what is he doing with the chicken in the parking lot? I was like, you got to go see it.
right. That was early on too. That was like the first week or two.
Yeah, that was literally, I was like, when did you start? You're like, today.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a gradual, very fast ride since then. But we had an article written on us like the first week we were there, and it became like overnight. Yeah, very.
How
fast.
Howlin' Rays tweeted you guys the first week you were there and gave you $100, which I think is so nice.
Very sweet, very sweet. And then they posted us on their story, and we took all their customers after that.
You're sharing the customers.
Yes.
Or did you take the customers?
We took a good
It's
amount.
two very different brands, by the way.
Yeah.
Two different hot chicken.
But I feel like
Sandwiches.
most people are like, it's either one or the other for them, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I've stood in line for Howlin' Rays
Right.
a few times. I've never had to stand in line for
Yeah.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Because you got the hookup.
Yeah, but now you're at a capacity.
Yeah. Now we're available everywhere. And that was our goal from not the very beginning, because we didn't know how big this was going to be. But when we realized how big it could be, it was like, let's just go open as many stores as we can.
But when you first started in the parking lot, where they gave you that Armenian man gave you that opportunity, or you guys approached the Armenian man saying, hey, can we use this spot?
Right.
Right? When that first like month or 2 or 3, I asked you like, why are you doing this? I think one of the first responses was, Suze, at late night, there isn't much to eat. Why not hot chicken, like a sandwich? Like you have In-N-Out Burger, you have maybe pizza, but
Right.
other than that, like the downtown hot dogs on the streets. He's like, we just want to do like street food
Yeah.
late night.
We had to. So Howlin' Rays was open in the mornings up until I think 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to open at the same times that they were open. We felt that was like crossing the line
Yeah.
or whatever.
And no one wants to eat hot chicken early in the morning.
Yeah. So we opened that night. It was more convenient for us. We prepped all day in the morning.
Yeah.
So we would go to Restaurant Depot early, buy the chicken, buy the spices, buy the kale, everything. And then we would go to our laboratory, and then just literally everything was from scratch. I had to blend the spices from scratch, cut the kale.
What inspired you though? Why chicken?
It was Armand's idea.
Where did he get it from?
So, Howlin' Rays.
Oh, okay. So you guys were fans.
We were fans. We also, wanted to start our own business for a long time. We've tried many things together, Armand and I. We've done different, nothing food related, or I was doing catering for a little bit. But we failed at everything together.
Do you remember culinary class?
Yeah.
Do you remember we would come during it was the hour before lunch, and you and a few of the other Armenian kids. I remember the bell ringing.
Oh, this is Burbank High?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember culinary class in Burbank High.
You weren't in it?
No.
Who was in it? There was someone cooking all the time.
Not me.
Oh.
No.
Why did I think you were in class? With Lilith and all those kids. That's so funny. Okay, then I guess that wasn't you. So you in high school? I mean, when you were younger, were you in cooking?
Yeah, I was, because I would watch the Food Network a lot.
Oh yeah. What was your favorite show?
Emerald Lagasse.
Damn.
Yeah, I just loved the way he cooked. He was really into it. But I just love to eat. I love eating. I love trying different types of food. So I knew this is something I really enjoy, and I was like, what better to do than? Because my dad is also very supportive of me he always said, just do what you love. He's like, don't worry about money and stuff like that. He always gave me like really nice
Really good advice.
Yeah.
Your parents are
They
adorable.
they're adorable.
They're so nice. Such good, nice people.
Extremely nice people. And they have the best karma because they have a son like me.
Don't forget your brother and
Of course,
both of you.
of course. We help them so much.
Yeah,
But
you kind of have to.
we appreciate everything, yeah. It's because of them, honestly, that I'm here. Like, I always had a home to go to, even if I, like, failed that day or if I, like, got fired, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like my backbone, basically.
Yeah, your support system.
Yeah.
They're there no matter what. People need that in order to be successful. It's really hard to, like, it's way more challenging to get to where you want to be without that support.
Yeah.
For any human.
Right.
For anyone. You need that. But, so did you think you were going to blow up this big?
In the very beginning, no. But the way people responded to the food and to us and the whole experience at the parking lot, we knew we had something very special. And so we're always wondering where this is going to go. But we knew it was something really big.
But did you think that Drake was going to be like part owner for the Canada locations, and then you were
Right.
going to be in Dubai, and then you're going international, and then you have all these high level investors? I mean, did you even think about that?
No, I mean, it's funny. Early on, people would approach us at the parking lot. They would fly in from like Russia and be like, let's take this concept to Russia. We have like a $20 million investment, blah, blah, at the parking lot.
That's so funny.
So I'm like, damn, okay, these people are serious. There's a lot of serious investors. Even the first year of our Western store, it was like every day we would get
Hollywood.
an approach. Yeah.
Western.
People were always approaching us about investing. But we met the right people.
At the right time.
We chose the right people to do business with. And that's why we're so successful. Because everyone had money. Everyone was like, hey, we have this much money, that much money. We can franchise you guys out. But they didn't have the experience like Bill Phelps and John Davis and those
From
guys
Retzel's
had.
Pretzels and
Blaze Pizza, yeah.
Pizza.
So
yeah.
as soon as we met them, we're like, okay, these guys are the real deal.
Oh, yeah. I have a Retzel's Pretzels like almost every week.
Right.
Because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like fresh and good and deliver.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the whole plan with Dave's is like when I hear people that live in freaking Detroit or
Nebraska,
Boise, Idaho, yeah, you name it.
Texas,
it's so great that they can eat Dave's. Right?
Florida,
New
New York City. You guys are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Are you in Hawaii?
No, but we're gonna get.
We'll be there in 2 weeks.
It's hard to go to Hawaii. It's a whole island, but yeah, we'll make it happen. That's part of the plan.
So now that you're at this level, right? And I don't want to talk about anything that's already written. People already know. Let's talk more about you. We're in the basement of the St. Leon Cathedral.
Right.
I like to ask my guests touch upon like spirituality or faith.
Okay.
And if that's played a role in your life or in your success or in your creativity at all. Or like, what are your thoughts?
Right. It definitely played a big role in my success because the more I learned to be very nice to people and to give and not worry about receiving or just have really good intentions, the more you can open your heart. I work on it all the time to try to be a nicer person. And it's the best gift in the world to be nice.
You've always been nice, even in high school.
It's in me, but there's ways of making yourself,
So
better.
it's a daily practice?
Yeah, but the more you do it, the more you'll...
So what's your philosophy? Like, do you have a belief system?
I don't think about, that too much, but...
Doesn't get that deep?
It used to get really deep. Now I'm more like, just live, day to day, live day to day, do more good than anything else. Help people. I literally give people so much tip every time.
Doesn't that feel so good?
It does.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
It'll come back. It's like the more you give,
and
the more it comes back.
And I don't worry about money. I don't think about money so much. I never cared about money. Even when I was cooking, I was making $11, $12 an hour, and I was working 2 jobs just because I wanted the experience. It was not even about the paycheck, and I did that until I was 26 years old. So.
Where were you working?
Chateau Marmont. I worked in a lot of hotels. The
Nice.
Roosevelt. I worked in really nice places.
They're like classic LA spots.
Yep. Yeah, everywhere in LA.
They're like really classic LA spots. You mentioned those, you think of Los Angeles and the history that goes behind it.
Yeah.
And the people that would eat there and stay there.
Yeah, I carefully chose like where I wanted to work. I've worked in very nice places, but also very like sometimes where I just needed a job. I've worked in like the craziest environments, like small kitchens, really fast paced, like it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
I've worked 16-hour shifts. Didn't eat the whole time. I didn't even have a chance to go bite anything. Yeah, you can't eat. Like it has to fly out. But I've had like all kinds of experiences, I've been very poor. I took the bus everywhere, and I would see all these people with like nice cars, and I'm like, why does this person have a nice car and not me? So it fueled me. Like me being where I'm from, like our financial situation growing up, I always manifested it. I always dreamt about it. So everything that I've manifested is actually coming into fruition. Yeah, it's becoming reality.
Just
manifesting. Yeah, and it's I did it subconsciously. I really, really wanted it. I knew I wanted to put myself in a position where I don't have to work every day, and I was working towards that. So starting a business, paying people in my company a good amount, not being cheap about it, so they can actually run this company, stay. Yeah. They can see a future.
Because turnover in any business is the most expensive line of item.
Right.
You need to train the person again. You need to find that person again when they leave.
Yeah.
If you have a high turnover, you have an issue.
Right.
I mean, you're still so young. I mean, we're both still very, very young.
Right.
If you think about it.
I'm 32.
Yeah, same here.
So
like like reaching your dream and your goals at such a young age.
Yeah.
What's left? Like, what do you sit there and you're like, like this was meant to be?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It was definitely meant to be.
You always felt it.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything that's happening to me, it feels like it was meant to be. I feel like we all have this power. It's not just me.
No.
I'm not special, more special than anyone, honestly. Because I've met people who are so special and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
It really I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe there are angels watching over me all the time.
Yeah. Do you pray to them?
I don't pray, but I'm so grateful that I know that they feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every day, do you kind of say thank
day.
you in your brain and in your head?
Course.
And that's probably the short, just even saying, dear Lord, thank you, amen, is a prayer.
Right.
Doesn't have to be extensive.
No.
The most important thing,
mm-hmm.
reading this book about prayer, learning how to pray,
mm-hmm.
it's about this like Jesuit Catholic priest.
Oh, I've never heard that one before.
Jesuit, like they're like monks. They're like Catholic monks.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he wrote a book, and like I'm still in the very early parts of the book, but it basically says like how people think. 10 reasons why people don't pray.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Number 1, they think they're not worthy. Number 2, they don't know how to. Number 3, whatever.
They don't know if it'll work.
They don't know if all these different things, right? And then he goes into like one of the points where your prayer could be short, like a 1-sentence prayer, right? Like even like, dear Lord, help me is a prayer. Mm-hmm. But the most important component of your prayer is where your heart is at that moment.
Right.
Like if you genuinely, full-heartedly, like believe at that moment, like your intentions are so pure and good and you're speaking from your heart, that I think has a lot to do with your prayer versus just like thinking it, saying it. It's like you have to also feel it,
yeah.
And your intent.
Well, that's what a prayer is. You want to put yourself in a mood to feel like that. It's like a whole where you have to just be ready. You have to be ready for it.
Still, and you be still.
Yeah. Look, all it comes down to is just having very, very good intentions within everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just do that, then it'll be noticed by the universe. So my dad is an amazing person. This guy is the nicest person. I've never heard anything. Everyone will tell you this guy is the nicest person.
Yeah. And
this is his karma too. Everything that's happening with Dave's, So he's so proud. He's so happy. Same with my mom. Same with me. And same with Armand, Tommy, Gary. We're very, very nice people.
Mm-hmm.
And when people see how nice we are and how successful we are, it's like I don't know.
No, you guys are a really nice bunch. And one thing I've noticed every single time I've entered into Dave's Hot Chicken, Glendale, North Hollywood, Hollywood. Those are my main three locations that I go to. I love Hollywood.
Yeah. That's the OG.
I love it. And when you guys, it was the weirdest thing. So like, imagine going to the same spot all the time. It's the same guys making the same food, you guys. And it's this like really nice vibe and energy of like kindness. And the energy is always so happy. So happy. It's so good. And then when you guys open up your first brick and mortar on Western, you walk in there and it's like, where's David? Where's Armand? Where's Tommy? It's not the same vibe.
Yeah.
And I was kind of, I guess not heartbroken, but I was very happy for you guys. But also it was just not the same.
Well, we were in the kitchen.
Yeah, but what I noticed is you guys hired such great people.
Yeah.
Like, even walking in, yeah, it might not be you ringing me up, but the guy that was ringing me up was equally as nice.
Yeah. We try, but so many people are going to get so many different experiences, like, because we have so many stores all around.
Really? Well, yeah, now you're a massive company.
Now we're a massive, yeah, but that was the days where it was like the real Dave's Hot Chicken. The parking lot, the first year of Hollywood, like when we were there all the time, you know.
Can I say Little Dave's Hot Chicken story that I don't know if you'll remember? There was these two people visiting from London that I met at a show. I went to a show. I went to my friend's show by myself, and I saw these people, and I'm like, "You guys are Armenian?" They're like, "No, we're from the UK." It's like, "Oh, that's cool." They're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm Armenian, but I'm from Los Angeles." They're like, "Oh," they're like, "What do you recommend us do? We just got here yesterday." I said, "Well, I'm gonna go to Dave's Hot Chicken after this." They're like, "What's that?" I said, "You guys should just come." They're like, "We just met you." I was like, yeah, but you should.
I want you to have the best
But I
time.
need you to come to Dave's Hot Chicken and try it before you guys leave.
That's crazy.
And they both looked at each other like, "Who's this crazy girl?" And they decided to join.
They're like, she knows something.
Yeah. So I show up, and I totally was not aware of the hours. It was closed.
Oh.
And I was like, "But you were there, closing up."
And this is the parking lot or
No.
Hollywood? Okay.
First year. And then I was like, and you saw us, and you're like, "Come on in." And I said, "If the kitchen is closed, don't worry. We'll go to Jack in the Box. We'll go have their spicy hot chicken." Now, it's spicy, but it's not fire.
And I let you guys in.
You're like, no, don't worry about it. You guys sit down. You're like, "You guys want a beer?" I'm like, "You don't even serve beers." Like, "We got beer in the back."
The hospitality.
And brought out the whole service. And these guys looked at me thinking, who's this person? How do you know this person? I'm like, "Oh, I went to high school with him. Like, it's David, blah, blah, blah." When they went back to UK and like some time went by, they're like, "By the way, like, we just found out about this deal that they got into and how they're going to be like expanding." That was like such a cool experience.
Wow.
I was like, well, that's the Armenian hospitality in us.
Yeah, because I'm sure you told me that you said that, they're from UK. I brought them out here. So.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm like, they're just, I'm like,
so
they need to try it. They have no idea what it is.
I'm sure I, turned on the fires and helped them out.
You did a lot that day. That day they were just like, and then afterwards we went to another.
They're like, "We like you."
Another
Come
staple. Yeah. We went to like a bar that's like a staple in Los Angeles.
And that Harvard and Stone?
No, I can't name it. But we went there and some girl just was eating a slice of pizza and it went viral. World
Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine like we went
ate
Dave's Hot Chicken and then we discovered witnessed a viral moment.
Right.
Because the next day they sent me the link. They're like, "Hey, that was like probably one of the coolest nights."
Wow, that's iconic. They have to remember that their whole lives.
Oh, it was really good. But yeah, like just that alone, your hospitality says a lot. A lot of people came back because of that.
Hey, it's a food business, I got into it for the right reasons. And so that's why we're also very successful. A lot of people go into it it's a trend, we'll make some money.
Yeah.
We'll, throw some recipes together and call it a recipe.
Well, I remember the first month, someone decided to kind of take the business idea and open it up in a different area. And at the time, if you wanted hot chicken, it was really Howland raised.
Right.
There wasn't really much out there.
Yeah.
There wasn't actually. So for you guys to come and do the parking lot thing, a month or two goes on. Next thing you know, you hear someone else is doing it at a different parking lot. After that, after you guys seeing the success that you saw, there's one really interesting trait about us Armenians. We love to saturate a market.
Oh, yeah.
We do it
all the time.
We do it all the time. You name it, you name the business, we probably have saturated it in the Los Angeles area.
Yep.
From pharmacies to nail salons
To weed.
to the marijuana to the auto industry
Yeah.
to auto leasing, auto repair
And the next thing is
to the banquet halls. Huh?
Mushrooms.
Oh, we can't talk about drugs on this podcast, but sure. But I mean a lot, like the home health,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
You get the point.
They see someone making money, they're like, okay, we have to do this too.
So you guys started this whole hot chicken craze in Los Angeles,
Right.
just by
Being Armenian.
I mean being Armenian, because if you look at the other hot chicken spots opening up, they are Armenian owned.
Yeah, they're like, incha, they're like, havaili.
Yeah.
Bibara, hava.
What is it? Like a paprika, black pepper,
Right.
habanero. What else do you mix in that? Come on.
That was an Armenian, by the way. Is this an English only podcast?
No, I mean, I hope I have English listeners. And I'm going to have English English guests. I mean, non-Armenian guests.
Right.
Eventually, but I'm going through like my Armenian crew first.
Meronk.
Yeah, because everyone's doing something so cool.
Right.
Everyone's doing something
This
so
is great.
cool.
Podcasts are awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, this is awesome. And it's in a church.
Yeah.
It's so really
God
cool.
bless their soul. No, my priest called me up in the middle of the summer. He's like, I think you should have your own podcast. You have a lot to say. Said, I got nothing to say. What am I even going to talk about?
Wow.
He's like, anything, everything, just bring whoever you want. So I bring in like the faith and the spiritual component because I think it's so important in day-to-day person's life. I want to talk to a non-believer. I want to talk to a Jewish man, a rabbi, monk from Tibet, like the guy that lives under the rock in the middle of Siberia. I want to talk to him too.
If they know anything, they'll tell you that love is the answer to everything.
Amen. 100%. And I really do believe after a long, hard look at life and within myself, which we're a work in progress all the time until the day I go 6 feet under, is that God is really pure love.
Yeah.
If you know what love is, it's God.
Yeah. Because look at Jesus. He points to his heart all the time.
I don't know why that is. Do you know?
Yeah, he points to his heart.
Oh.
You know?
Oh. I've never noticed that. I mean, I have.
The Armenian Jesuses point to their heart. You know, the one with the blue background.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Surp Maria Masrat is like right next to it too. Every grandma has that. Like you did not grow up and not seen that image as a kid.
Yeah, I used to question God a lot. You know, as a kid.
It's normal.
I would tell my mom or like my grandma, I'd be like, how is God everywhere? Like, how is he everywhere? You're telling me he's in every single place. I'm like, how is he everywhere?
What would they say to that?
They'll be like, amen tera, he's everywhere.
But they wouldn't even explain, right?
They'll just be like, he's a hokey. Like, he's a hokey, so he's not
a soul.
Yeah, you can't see him, but he's just wandering around everywhere. But it makes sense.
He's a spiritual being.
It makes sense. I haven't read the Bible, but I do know there's a lot of stories that in order for people to understand, right, they have to put it in a poetic form. Yeah. They can't just blatantly kind of write it in plain language because everyone will just, interpret it in a crazier way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to just being in the moment, breathing. You have to breathe and focus on your breath, because that will make you present. That way you're not thinking so much, because your mind you have to train your mind. So you have to train your egoic mind. We have an ego that is always, takes over our whole entire entity. And we have to learn when it arises and how to stop it. It also can manipulate you into thinking you're aware of it and you're handling it, right? Your egoic mind. Because think about it, like when we crave something in the middle of the night, like we want it, right? It's the temptation, right? if you
Just
don't
go
give
to sleep. Don't eat
go
it.
to sleep. But it's really easy to give in to the temptation, but it's very, very hard. It takes a lot of discipline to not give in, right?
Yeah.
And that there is like a very spiritual moment. So if you
Control, discipline,
Right.
self-control.
right, just know that we can't always get what we want. We're not
Yeah.
we're not worth like that much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I totally
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
you.
We can't just always get what we want. That's like the biggest sin in the world. Like to always get what you want. You have to mediate. You have to always be in the middle. Balance.
Yeah. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't have my Western food truck torta the other night.
Right. But you feel a lot better, right? Because you don't go to sleep with a full stomach and now your stomach is growling all night and then you're going to
You know what I
energy
can't?
problems in the morning.
You know what I can't eat at night because my body will not shut down and not sleep?
Taco Bell?
No, Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh,
It's the spice level.
really? You can't handle the heat?
I usually order one hot and one mild, so it like balances it out.
The hot might get you at night.
So if I eat the hot one,
Yeah.
like say at like 6 p.m., 7,
Oh,
dude, I can't sleep until 2 in the morning. My body, I think it's the way my body breaks down the spice. I don't know what it is.
I mean, Dave's is not intended for the timid.
Especially the Reaper.
Yeah.
You have to sign a waiver to try the Reaper because it's like it could really mess you up.
It does. It messes people up. Some people have gone to the extreme levels of calling 911. And then we got charged for it. $8,000 or like something like that.
Oh no.
And then so we're like, you know what? We need a waiver and
$8,000. I mean, I guess that's not bad if you're running a
business where you're trying to profit and make money.
You're like $8,000. Yeah, we'll cover that bill.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
We fired the manager. Like
For that.
Just kidding.
It's like I totally missed that I have to sign I should get my guests to sign waivers, permission to use their voice.
Oh.
And everything on it.
Yeah.
Because I had one guest that near the end basically said, I don't want this to be published.
Huh.
I said, okay. I said the whole episode? He's like, the whole episode.
What an idiot.
That's my brother. That's my brother.
Oh, never mind. This makes sense.
He is. No, I love him.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I need to have people sign stuff.
Really? After that?
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Your brother taught you to sign NDAs for people because...
I mean, I worked in clearances and like permission and clearances for TV and production for 6 years, but I never thought I would need it for my podcast. But because of that one experience, I said, it might be a smart idea.
Oh, yeah. It's just...
So no one comes after me down the road.
Right. It's just a quick signature anyway.
Yeah, it's like a one-pager to just release permission to use your voice in this episode on like Spotify and Apple and...
Yeah. You should get that.
Or one day on SiriusXM.
Right.
That's my goal.
Okay.
Start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Then we'll be there.
We'll be there.
So what's your dream now?
Right, yeah. So my dream now, I mean, to be honest, this might seem to a lot of people where I'm like so successful and it's like, that's it. Like I could retire.
To give a perspective, a few years ago, I came over and you were still living with your parents and I thought that was great. You could have had your own place and you decided not to. And I loved that about you guys.
Yeah, I still live with my parents.
Oh, I thought you got married and now you would live separately, but that's still cool.
Yeah, I live with my parents still.
Oh, I love it. Are you joking?
Yeah.
You're joking?
But I see them every single day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys neighbors?
We're very, very close.
Oh,
so like
I love that. Family is everything.
Yeah,
Listen.
I made sure I'm close to them when I move out. So, yeah, it is everything. Family's
everything.
Yeah, because they got your back like no one else.
At the end of the day, when you have a kid, I mean, you know, your parents right there.
Yeah.
You had your grandparents in your life, I'm assuming.
They were, that was like, for a long time, I lived with my grandma and grandpa. They were like basically like, if I'm not, home, I'm with my grandparents.
Grandparents are the best.
Yeah.
Grandparents are the best. But also...
They made me Hollywoodsy.
Hollywoodsy.
Because I was there living on Santa Monica and
I love that.
Yeah.
We were on Kingsley and Franklin before we moved to Glendale.
Yeah. Hollywood's at heart.
Yeah. Always. I've noticed this. It's really weird. So I don't know if you had the similar experience, but Armenians from like Pasadena, Burbank,
They're all different.
Palmdale, whatever, name it,
Yeah.
San Francisco, but different parts of LA, like
Yeah.
North Hollywood, Burbank, Glendale,
Right.
Hollywood.
Completely different people, right?
Completely different.
I like the
folks.
I like the North Hollywoodsies and the Hollywoodsies.
Yeah, I'm a full-on Burbank kid, but there's something where every time I meet an Armenian from Hollywood,
Yeah.
or from North,
Yeah.
I just click with them.
Yeah, I mean, even in Burbank High, like, you know, we had the Hollywood, the North Hollywood group. Remember that ramp?
Yeah.
ramp.
It was a North Hollywood ramp.
Yeah, it was the ramp. I was like, those were the homies.
They were the homies. That we took over that canteen.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you used to do at the canteen?
Make friends with everyone and make them laugh.
Yeah, David would love to make people laugh.
Yeah.
David was there wasn't a day there was not a smile on your face.
Right.
Like you were oozing of positivity.
Aw,
And
that's nice to hear.
Yeah, and in the middle, you're still the same. People don't really change.
Mm-hmm.
So and in the middle of the lunch hour, you would just hear me 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 me.
Oh my God, my famous opera.
You wanna?
Are you gonna make me do that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Step away from the mic before you start.
This will come out at random times throughout the day. Early in the morning at 7:59 a.m.
I was never at school on time, so I wasn't there in the morning.
The
morning opera moment, I wasn't there.
No, it would happen all the time. Like while my teacher is talking, giving a lesson. I swear it was hilarious.
Where did that come from?
My dad. My dad does it really well. I don't do it as good as him, but I'll try. Dude, I haven't done it in a long time. Let me do it again. That was okay.
Oh my goodness. But you guys, you have to imagine there's 100 kids in the canteen area. Oh, by the way, all the Armenians would take like the best spots at school, like the shadiest,
under the shade.
Rainproof, and right next to the food.
Right.
We wouldn't. It was great.
We've had some people try to take over, but
never worked.
We fight back.
Yeah, we were very territorial.
Yeah, we're like the 300 Spartans. We just pushed them back.
We did. And then you would always hear that. I
just wanted to see people laugh. Yeah.
And you would stand in a specific area,
like on top
in the center, so it really spreads out for everyone to hear.
I made sure it echoes.
Yeah, and I remember like, David, do the thing.
Yeah, everyone would always. Dude, people will always ask me, like while we're walking to class. I didn't care. I would just bust it out. I didn't care.
It was the best.
Yeah, it was the best. I just needed a lot of attention. What can I say?
Well, yeah, I mean, we all did. We all had our way of getting attention.
Right.
That was really fun.
Those times, I'll never forget the high school days.
Where did you leave? Did you drop out?
I did a home studies, but I never even started.
You don't even have your GED?
I do.
That's good.
Yeah, I had to take a test. It was really hard. Really hard math and English test.
Are you?
I'm kidding. It was
really
not bad. It wasn't.
You
bad.
had to take it like 3 times, like it's the bar exam.
Actually, I did have to take it 3 times, or no, twice. I failed the first time for sure.
Maybe because you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
But back to family and like your grandparents and your mom, and you saying how you still live with your parents because you live so close to them, right? So it does feel like you're living with them.
Right.
Oh no, we dropped all the water. Yeah. It's okay, I'll clean it. Just how I need to fix my car.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to fix that car. Well, you could just drive it like that. It looks cool. It looks like you're prepared to go off-roading because you could take the doors out, right, of the Jeep.
Yeah,
the
everything.
Roof, everything comes off.
Clearly, it's so easy to take off the pieces. The piece that just.
It's just the thing that floats over the tire, right?
Yeah, but I didn't think it was that flimsy.
Yeah.
It's an American car. It's not German. I should have known better.
Yeah.
I knew I should have gone to G-Wagon instead.
G-Wagon, dude. Come on. You got to get the G-Wagon.
But is there any last thoughts? I hope you're enjoying your time here.
I am. I actually am a lot.
I didn't know what I was really going to talk to you about here.
Do you really talk more spiritual things with people?
Look, I like to talk about them and what
Right.
they're about, and because I feel
Yeah.
like
I
people
think that's
tuning
very
in.
important. Yeah, that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Is to spread like what you believe in. But yeah, it's great. This is really cool space. I like this area.
Thanks. A lot of people like it.
Yeah. Well, it's a basement of a church. You don't do that all the time, every day.
No, people don't even know this exists.
Right. Yeah, you had no idea. No one will ever think this exists.
You walk in, it's
like a dungeon.
"Ah," and then you come down here and it's like full on tech world.
Yeah.
You have cameras, we have our editing systems. But no, when people tune in, obviously I want to hear them know about your story, and
Yeah.
like it doesn't even have to be about a success story.
Yeah.
But more personally about you, and then kind of like touch upon the spirituality, but also like like anything that you want to share, like to the people, like I hope the people that eat your food listen to this episode
Yeah.
and learn something new about you.
Right. I mean, to the Armenian youth, I would say, so Dave's got really big, right? And we've had very successful Armenians, right? That opened like Kopushyan did Vegas and
Oh, he was the king of Vegas.
King of Vegas.
King of Vegas.
But it's like, dude, it's like so hard to get somewhere like that, right? You're thinking like, dude, this
No
guy,
education, dropout.
Yeah.
Parents are genocide survivors.
It's amazing.
Billionaire. He's he's an American billionaire.
It's just like crazy how there's someone like that and he's Armenian. Because he didn't get he started with no opportunity. Like he wasn't born into
No. Have you read his book?
No, I've heard a lot about it. I don't read books.
It's fine. Audiobooks or whatever.
Audiobook, I should get into that.
He dropped out 7th, 8th grade.
Huh.
He was boxing. He wanted to like try his hands in boxing, like street boxing.
Wow, that's very
And
different.
then he got drafted. Not drafted, but he went into the U.S. Navy, Air Forces.
Oh,
he was
okay.
flying. He learned how to fly.
Okay.
So when he came back home to Fresno, his parents were farmers. Dad was always making deals. He learned how to make deal making from his father, actually,
Wow.
from his dad.
Wow.
He
The
made
Armenian
really
style.
they would be like super good with money. Next thing you know, he lost it all, and then he brings it back. He loses it all. So
Insane.
he witnessed that a lot within his dad, and then he basically learned how to fly and would fly the mafia guys to Vegas, like private charter.
Wow.
Ends up buying a charter plane and is like doing that race from LA to Vegas for them. So he becomes very cool with them. Mm-hmm. He's like not one of them, but he eventually gains the respect to be one of them.
Right.
And he opened up one of the nicest hotels in Las Vegas back in the day. And he had like Cary Grant and all these he brought Hollywood to Las Vegas. He gave Elvis his residency. He was like, his scale, his imagination was out of this world. And that's how he was so successful, because he would come up with the ideas that no one else was thinking about. And he would risk it. He really would. He was a massive gambler.
Oh, okay.
But in a good sense. Like he knew what he was doing.
Right.
But he would like bringing Elvis to Vegas before he passes away and makes like Elvis was broke when he met Kirk.
Amazing man.
A lot of good stories.
Right.
Or you look at Cher. She's legendary.
Right.
Still wants to, say that she's Armenian.
Yeah,
and she does.
That's so important that they still do.
You have other people. I mean, one of the creators of the vaccines, Nubar, Armenian.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about pharmaceutical? He's like a multi-millionaire.
Apri.
A lot of talented people, a lot of we're very creative and we're very talented in all aspects.
And I hope, people see like all these famous Armenians, successful Armenians, and it gives us a big boost that we can succeed in this country.
Because our parents came here with nothing.
Yeah. And I hope when they see Dave's Hot Chicken, they see that these guys started, from nothing. And it's very, very possible to get somewhere that big. And I hope it opens doors for like our Armenian jahilners.
The youth.
Yeah, well, so they can see like it's very possible to do this.
Just put in the hard work.
Put in the hard work.
Surround yourself with good people, right? The right people.
Yep. The quality has to be really good. So if you're doing something with a really good quality, and
don't cheap out.
Don't cheap out. You know, sell it for a little bit more, but you'll get quality customers, right?
Wow. So that's your last 2 cents. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful guest.
Glad to be here.
And you're probably one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life. I'll be honest with you.
Thank you.
You're like, thanks. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, bye.
That's very nice.